The S&P 500 flushed all the way down to 596.60, and now it is currently back above $600. On the 4-hour time frame, we saw the SPY flush below the 200 EMA, as well as get very oversold on the RSI, indicating that we would see a potential bounce unless this was a true bloodbath scenario, which it is not over yet. The VIX, which is the volatility for the S&P 500, was up about 3%, and now it is continuing to decline as things get a relief bounce. We are seeing the fear and greed index over at fear, almost at extreme fear for the overall market, which is pretty surprising seeing that we were just at all-time highs about 2 days ago, and this flush down didn't look that bad. Now, we are also seeing a potential government shutdown looming for March. There is now a 60% chance of a government shutdown coming into effect. Yesterday, I stated that if the SPY does flush down today, that Bitcoin is likely to crack this level and come down to 94K, maybe even lower. We came just to that level, cracked 94K, and now we are holding 94,600. So where are we going to go? We got a lot of stuff to talk about in today's video. Of course, AMC's reporting earnings. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. We're going to cover AMC and GameStop's chart, and I did state that I would retweet this Monday, and I quote retweeted it, that you would be sorry if you didn't get into GameStop before Monday. Now, ultimately, this is disappointing to see the price action that we're seeing in GameStop, but I'm going to go over it. Watch until the end of the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that other good stuff. Let's get into it. First things first, I want to talk about MicroStrategy since we were just talking about Bitcoin. It's trading at 290.98. It broke under 300. We called out puts. It would have been an easy trade if you were in the Discord server. Michael Saylor just purchased, I believe, $20 more billion or something along the lines of that worth of Bitcoin. Basically, he is now back and buying Bitcoin once again. Jim Cramer said S&P negative, let it rain at 9:57 a.m. This guy, I think, is just confusing people at this point because normally he's wrong, but he was just following the trend. We then got a bounce. We actually did in the morning come all the way up to 603. If SPY came up to 606, I would have definitely been shorting it back down. We are now retesting the 200 EMA. Here's the thing. We bounced off of it after we flushed down in overnight trading. We bounced off of it, came up to the top of this parallel channel, got rejected. I think this is a picture perfect setup for more moves to the downside, especially with an increase in the volume on the sell-off and a decrease when we get a little bit of a relief bounce. Okay, so overall, the SPY is still looking bearish as of right now, especially if we do end up closing anywhere under 599. The SPY is bearish. If we close under Friday's close, it is bearish. Now, Meta, a lot of these companies are getting dip buy opportunities, but is it buy the dip time? We are down to 668.90 on Meta. We did come all the way down to the 618 on the fib, which is a crucial level at 663 or 662.65. If markets decide to crack and Meta breaks below this level, you could see large moves down, not only on Meta, but across the board. As of right now, a lot of these companies are showing you a buying opportunity if the market isn't crashing this week, right? Nvidia is trading at 133.70. We entered what is called the golden pocket. Basically, it was very unlikely for Nvidia to break down beneath this zone. And I think this was an absolute buy zone anywhere between 133.25 and 130. And Nvidia wicked right into that, and it would have been a great buying opportunity. And personally, I am going bullish on the earnings for Nvidia for Wednesday. We also have other earnings and other announcements to talk about. First things first, SMCI is down about 4% on the day, trading beneath this 382 fib level, and people are very, very worried about this. SMCI is an extreme YOLO trade for tonight, because if we get a filing overnight, this thing is likely to skyrocket. But not only do they have to file with likely fake numbers or something that meets Wall Street's expectations and shows that this stock is back on the board and is actually worth more than $77 a share and is actually a good company, right? If they miss the filing deadline, this stock is going to get smoked, likely right back down to $18. And either way you trade this, depending on the news that comes out, you're either going to lose everything or you're going to make an insane profit. Now, there are shares being returned on SMCI by shorts. I'm not sure if they see something coming or they just don't want the risks on the table, but we did see institutions actually buy SMCI as well coming into this news. Morgan Stanley also says that Nvidia remains their top pick and several others, but are they publishing things like this so that retail is their exit liquidity? You let me know in the comments down below. I want to briefly show you Tesla's chart, 333, basically 334 right now, yet 334 down 1% on the day. We cracked below 330 several times, and I did believe that if we broke under 330 once again, it would be easy puts. Obviously, you run stops, and that's exactly why you want to run stops. Overall, Tesla is looking weak. This is the dip buy opportunity if things don't break down any lower. But as of right now, it's trading below the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. It did hold this ascending support trend line right here that you're seeing in blue. It also held this major demand zone. If Tesla breaks back below 330 and closes below 330, I would easily watch for a move to 315 or 303. As of right now, if we want to go higher, 354. If we want to go higher than that, I would watch for an absolute high of right around 373 or lower, right around that 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Now, this is one that I'm more confident in, and we were already up 50%, probably almost break even now because it's, giving away some of these downside gains that we saw because the market got a rebound. But Riot reports earnings tonight, and I just don't see this one doing well, unfortunately. This was actually the first stock I've ever talked about on this channel, and it doesn't feel right to go against the grain, but it just does not seem like this one will have a massive beat. Now, given if it does, I'd watch for about $11.50 to $13 for that huge gain to the upside, but ultimately I am looking for more so $8.30 for this stock. Tempest also reports tonight. It's holding above this level at $69.50. It's trading at $70.75 right now. Now, you got a wick both ways. I think nobody really knows what Tempest AI is going to do. You may see one of those up, down, open, even sort of things for IV Crush. Hims also is reporting. This one's interesting. If Hims misses, watch for 38.60. If Hims beats and surprises, watch 52. Apple, want to talk a little bit about Apple. It's testing relative highs right here, right around 248. It is up 1% on the day. Apple just announced that they are going to invest more than $500 billion in the US over the next 4 years. The only way I'm actually bullish on Apple is if we get a close and open above 250. That is the only time I will be long-term bullish. Right now, this stock is actually one of the more sketchy blue chip companies in my opinion, at least where it's at right now. Now, Palantir got a nice sell-off, down 8% currently, trading at $93, came right below $90 all the way down to $89.26, and I think at 91 it was a dip buy opportunity. Given we could still get to 88 to 83 as one more hard leg down, but right now, I think Palantir is at a good dip buying opportunity, at least for long term. Now, Unity just decided that they wanted to propose a $500 million offering of convertible senior notes. It was currently down on the news about 6%, but I do think this one's also a dip buying opportunity. They recently smashed earnings, and we did have a huge volume candle. Also, getting in this parallel channel and building a week out inside of it right now is, in my opinion, a good looking chart on Unity. Just want to keep this one on your radar here. Now, we have seen monster buy orders on GameStop, but they are being routed to the dark pool, not affecting price action, which there are probably some like this. Institutions just continue to add their GameStop. And as of right now, it looks like they're adding to keep the price down. But if things get out of control, then they will still make money. Now, we also saw a huge block of $28 GameStop calls purchased at the ask for $240,000, which will bring us into the charts. First things first, I want to state that GameStop is trading below the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. If we look back during the melt up, we were above it the entire time into the squeeze, except back here. Okay, what I do want to say is once we break out of it and above it, you're likely to see strong momentum to the upside. And at this point, that's $27.65. We need to get back above $27.65. Now, another thing that I want to show you, if we zoom in a little bit, GameStop is forming a picture perfect head and shoulders pattern, bearish case scenario. If the head and shoulders pattern played out like a normal head and shoulders pattern, showing us this move to the downside, the move down would be estimated to be $23.75, which would take you right down to this wick before a potential move higher on GameStop. That is bear case scenario. Bull case scenario, again, you are still trading in a beautiful cup and handle pattern. And we got the cup, we got the handle, we got the first leg out, and now we are getting a cool off and breakdown right now on GameStop. It's not the best looking breakdown, but either we can hold this level where we got a wick, or we can finish a head and shoulders pattern. Bull case scenario, ultimately, we see some sort of catalyst announced this week on GameStop as well as AMC. Last but not least, AMC down 2%, 336. Keep in mind, they love to take advantage of these earnings. However, we are in a point of interest for a leg higher on AMC, so we could get some crazy catalysts. We are also in the zone that I wanted to get to between 340 and 325. We're now at 336 the day prior to earnings, which is, in my opinion, a beautiful, beautiful setup. But if you bet 9 out of 10 times your entire account on puts for the night of AMC earnings instead of beating them, joining them, you would likely have profited a ton of money. And I think that's what a lot of traders are doing. However, I do still believe AMC is in this setup right here. Given, sure, we could see this part inverse play out, which would make AMC look something like this, right down to 240, a little bit of a pop to 270. I think if we get another sell-off after hours on Tuesday, a lot of people are going to lose confidence. A lot of people are going to get angry. And ultimately, we have to see what's coming. Again, AMC has to break above 370 right now, then 393 to get back above some key levels. So let me know what you think about AMC's earnings in the comments down below. Where do you think it is going to go? Let me know if you're playing any earnings for tonight as well. The SEC also just closed an investigation into Robinhood crypto without taking any action. What's new? And Starbucks plans to cut 1,100 corporate jobs worldwide. Overall, guys, if you're not in the Discord server, come see my trades. Come get trade setups in there. Talk stocks and crypto with the most amazing people. That is the top link in the description. It's a one-stop shop. You also have AI alerts that give you the market news, analyst updates, dark pool trade alerts, insider trade alerts, golden sweep orders, plenty of benefits, high success trade flow, all that other stuff. Ultimately, I'm in there on the daily. It's easier to come chat with you guys, with the family in there, than it is to answer every single YouTube comment. Also, if you want up to 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, use that second link, open a Moomoo account. It's a free broker, and deposit into your account once you're approved. Do it before February is over. It is getting close. You're also getting 8.1% APY whenever you're not trading on that cash sitting in your account. Again, use the link, open an account, and deposit, and you will start earning those benefits, as well as level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. That is it, guys. Let's make some money together. Love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.